In today's video, we're going to be upgrading from this poly block to this poly block. This is a 1/2-inch poly block that a customer brought into us. This is a 3/4 poly block. He was running 1/2-inch valves with a 1/2-inch chemical and soap valve with a 3/4 water valve, metering valve, and he's running a P40 pump. So he was restricting the flow to his pump. So we upgraded his metering valve to his chemical, and that way his chemical is running off a 3/4, and we just put a regular ball valve from Lowe's on his water side. The reason we did that is because you're going to leave your water wide open anyway, whether you're rinsing your pump or you're metering with chemical or you're running your valve with chemical. So that can stay wide open. That's a cheaper option. If you do want to build one of these out, then you just need either a 1/2 or a 1/4 for your soap if you're running a gas pump or a roof pump, whether it be a P40, AR45, AR60, whatever it may be, or a 24-volt pump. If you're running one of those, we recommend upgrading to 3/4. 7 gallon a minute 12-volt pumps or 5.5 will run fine through 1/2-inch. We did it for about 2.5 years and it ran fine, never had any issues. But whenever you are upgrading, this is a way that you can save some money if you do want to order a poly block and 2 metering valves and build out your own manifold. If you're struggling to land jobs right now, or if you are looking for a way to be able to scale your business to the next level in your local area, go check out the first link in the comment section and the description. There'll be a link to Local Domination 2, where we show you everything that you need to know on how to build out your Google My Business page, your Google ads, set those up to where you're outranking your competitors in your local area. Also, if you need a way to keep track of every job, every customer, send invoices, accept card payments, or even send estimates to customers without having to actually go to the job. We still go to commercial jobs, but we very rarely go to these residential jobs to actually provide a quote unless we're unable to see it on QuoteIQ. But you can take measurements on QuoteIQ and provide the customer a professional looking estimate with your company logo, their name, their phone number, their email, whatever information they provide you. Go ahead and check that out. It'll be the second link in the comment section in the description. So this is the hose we're going to hook up for his bypass. God dang, bring it over here so they can see it.
Here,
Shit.
there's the hose we're putting for the bypass.
Well, I can't talk about this one.
Just the same hose.
Don't use this for your bypass. This is like a 4-foot piece of nothing.
You need 60 foot for your bypass. Make sure you can bypass it to your grandma's house.
So this is the 1/2-inch bypass hose we're going to be putting. It's just a clear braided hose, and like I said, we're going to put about 15 foot of it on there, just rolled up like you see here, zip tied together, and that'll be good for his bypass. We're going to use the same 1-inch suction hose. This is a piece of it right here that he already had for his feed hose to his pump coming from his manifold. We're just going to hook that in, cut it a little shorter because he had way too much of it, and it didn't look good. It was more for the pump to pull through, so it's also could be putting a strain on the pump. So we're trying to reduce as much strain as possible. That's why we're upgrading to 3/4, and also going to shorten this up, and we're also going to keep that pump a lot cooler whenever it is in bypass or whenever he is off the trigger, being that there is more liquid running through the system. So if you lengthen that hose, that's more liquid sitting in there. It takes a lot longer for that liquid to heat up whenever it's running through that pump. So that's the reason why we put those longer bypass hoses with just zip tied, rolled up next to the pump or wherever it is that you want to put it on your system. That's why we run so much more for the bypass hose than for the suction hose. Suction hose doesn't really matter. You can just run it straight from your manifold, from the side of your manifold coming out, and then straight to the 1 inch and a quarter or the 1-inch fitting that's located on your pump. Ours is 1 inch and a quarter with the AR45, and this one he has a 1-inch fitting on a P40. So they should come with the fitting to just be able to, it's just a barbed in on the pump, and whatever size that is, that's what size suction hose you need. Ours, like I said, is 1 inch and a quarter. We run an AR45 on the truck. This guy that came in and brought us this, he's running a P40 with a 1-inch suction hose, and that's the barb that's coming off of his pump. So we're gonna go ahead we're gonna hook up the 1-inch back to his pump. We got everything upgraded and good to go. Got the suction hose running from the feet of the pump, from the manifold block, coming out, going to the pump, and then comes out of the other side of the pump, this yellow hose, which goes to the hose reel, and then allows it to come out of the end of the wand. And then our bypass line is hooked up on the opposite side of the manifold block. You can see we got about 15 foot winded up right there to where we're keeping enough liquid in there to keep the system cool while it's in bypass. That just hooks up right here. This is bypass lever. So that's bypass. This is flow. And then we got obviously our Lowe's cheap $4 or $5 ball valve coming off. Water is going to stay open all the time. Chemical and soap. You can see it's pulling chemical whenever we cut the valve on. It's pulling soap whenever we cut the valve on. Chemical line coming in from the chemical tank. This hose right here. And then this is the water pulling from the water tank coming into his water valve right here. So that's pretty much it. Pretty simple setup. Upgraded everything. Got his 3/4 water, 3/4 chemical. Kept the 1/2 inch for his soap line. And that's just running to his soap tank over here. So it works great. We did have to prime the system, which means we just had to pull this suction hose off, feed some water down into the pump itself, and also fill this suction hose up with water to be able to create a suction to pull chemical and water. We had all the hoses off, so all it was doing was pulling air in the beginning. We were able to get it primed up. Customers here likes it, happy with it, I think.
Very happy, very happy. Make some money.
Let us know if y'all got any questions, any comments, or give us a shout. Please feel free to drop by and check us out if you're in the local area, or if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us, whether it be through our email or one of our phone numbers you may have seen on the back of our t-shirts or on the door from one of our previous videos. Reach out, let us know how we can help you if you need some help. And also, y'all be sure to go check out Local Domination 2 and 𝐃𝐨𝐦𝐢𝐧. That'll be the first and second link in the comment section and the description. And until next time, my name is Jacob, and as always, y'all stay happy, humble, and money hungry.